coming to you from the Mumbai Cloud Datacenter Convention, and joining us now is Mr. Sumedh Pande from Turner and Townsend. Welcome to W.Media, Sumedh.
Thank you.
Before we move forward, why don't you tell us a little bit about your professional journey so far? How did you find yourself in this space?
I am basically civil engineer by profession, and I did my MBA in finance also. My background was always with the projects, delivering complex project with the multi-dimensional, whether it is civil, MEP and infrastructures. And the data center has been an asset class which is emerging since last couple of years. So basically, last 5 years I have been into this particular asset class. Prior to that, I have been associated with multiple infra projects as well as multiple assignments pertaining to developments of whether it is commercial, industrial plants as well as real estate. So this is again an exciting journey, and I'm looking forward because the way this asset class is moving, I can see a lot of promising, you can say, future in this particular asset class.
Perfect. So because you are a keen industry watcher and you're saying that this is an exciting space, an exciting asset class, what are some trends you've observed internationally and in India that you think are very promising?
Definitely. So if you see India's penetration towards using the IT as well as modules pertaining to the internet are very, very high as of now. We have seen a robust growth post COVID actually, and the way India's digitized journey is going forward, I can see there is a lot of possibilities are available in the landscape which is going forward. So if you see, the government is also taking a lot of interest in particularly getting the digitized landscape done in India. India has its own mission of AI. We have India AI mission basically, which talks about whether we can keep our data locally, data sovereignty.
Data sovereignty, yes,
yeah,
that is a big...
and the way the local cloud producers also now coming, they are also trying to pace up to the global cloud producers. So if you ask me globally, yes, there are top 3 cloud providers are available. But the way India is basically taking up the shape is, I can see, we are trying to be on our own when it seems to be the delivery of the data centers. We are trying to be on our own basically to keep the data within our organizations and as well as country, on maintenance of those data also with us. So this landscape is going to be very, very robust landscape. And as far as this sector is goes, actually this sector is now going to be a most sought after sector. It is already getting a traction of infra development sector, and lot of I can say government push is helping this to basically become a most sought after sector for construction professionals like us.
Construction is one element, the other is money talks. And as an asset class, this sector is attracting a lot of investments. There's been a lot of growth. What have you observed?
Yeah, so lately, if you see the trend, India was having few megawatt capacity, few hundred megawatt capacity before COVID. Today we are standing around 1.5 gigawatt of capacity, and the way the developments are coming, especially the city like Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad and Bangalore, which has a traction. So I don't see a dearth of investments. People are ready with deep pockets. There are a lot of investment going to happen as well as happening across. Globally, India is sought after the China plus one strategy, which talks about most reliable, most affordable, as well as delivery perspective, place. Singapore, if you see the kind of development potential which was available, is almost now going on.
There's
diminishing
very
level,
vacancy, like less than
yes.
1% vacancy.
And the way India's infrastructure is placed today, if you ask me, it is like we can afford to give a robust solution at very competitive pricing. That's why people are ready to put the money, and the break-even on investment, the return on investment is much higher and much faster than any other asset class. If you ask me, any residential sector will take 5 to 7 years, for similar kind of investment.
Right.
Commercial sector will have maybe 4 years, but data center, you sign the deal with the customer. That's the way. In 3 to 4 years, we can pick up the structure as well as we can switch on the data center and we start the return on investment. And that's the very promising point for all these investors who are putting money in India.
But this despite AI, because AI has completely changed the game. We have to reimagine our data centers. We have to build something for a future that we don't know anything about. The entire idea of future-ready data centers, does that cause you some amount of anxiety?
Yes. So definitely, if I tell you the way India is growing, like by the time we started building data center, we have X design. By the time we start on an advanced stage of MEP and other fit outs in the same data center, we are X+1 design, and by the time we hand over the data center, we might ending up in X+5 design. The scalability, like the way earlier the rack density for data center used to be 10 kW, now we are talking rack density of 100 plus kW.
Yeah.
And believe me, these changes are coming in live projects. These are not changes being told today and we are signing off the changes. As the changes are coming in live projects, we are adopting the changes. How it is helping India is basically the adaptability mindset what Indian people carry is basically we are very good in agile project management. People are basically coming with a thought process of open mind. People are ready to receive the changes while taking the work on ground, and that's the way we are able to overcome those changes. The way the changes are going to come, even today, if you ask me, AI data center will have heavy compute loads. Those compute loads I cannot build from imagining today. So what we will have to do is basically we will have to add that in a running train. I will have to add those changes in running train. As far as AI data penetration in India is also going very great traction. We just now seen the way people are conveying in this particular forum as well. We are seeing AI is using its bandwidth all across, whether it's fintech, BFSI, we are day to day Google Maps, everywhere we are getting ready to use suggestions, automation. So I find it's a great journey going forward, and adaptability will help us to overcome those challenges when we are going to deliver the data centers.
Speaking of adaptability, and given how you are a construction nerd, so to speak, how enthusiastic are you about modular data centers?
Of course, when it will happen, like we'll have to have system like we have built to suit data centers, like customers are signing off the requirements, and customers are basically giving us time to time inputs to get those into the design as well as execution. What will happen for modular data center? Actually, they are the quick commerce kind of situations. Like people want 2 megawatt setup, 3 megawatt setup. It has to be there. We can't afford that 2 megawatt setup will take 6 months down the line. So the concepts are already getting involved. The things are getting already finalized, and modularized, containerized data center at remote location near to the users who are at very distance from the main location is also a future. And the way India's, as I mentioned, the penetration of IT as well as mobile users penetration across the deep geography, this is going to be a change game in very soon. People are going to have modular data centers of standard size and types, and that will be delivered to the end user to the place where they are going to use it. So we can find that trend definitely as a part of going forward as a sector.
What about repurposing older commercial real estate into data centers? Is that a trend you've noticed perhaps in, say, tier 2 or tier 3 cities which don't really have dedicated infrastructure or don't really have land or didn't really get developed in the manner that they could set aside land for future development? Is this something you're seeing there as well?
Yeah, so a couple of requirements and wherein we are also working is basically the building is designed for a commercial purpose or any kind of other purpose, and we are now to house a data center. So we have now solutions available. We are ourselves executing few solutions, which is basically we have to strengthen the building, and once we strengthen the building is able to receive the data center load also. Maybe we have to shell out some upfront money. The customer has to shell out some money, but yes, the repurposing of real estate is another sector because we have challenges pertaining to the availability of spaces, and as I mentioned, people are asking delivery by tomorrow. It's not. We will wait.
Very impatient.
If you ask me, the building takes maximum time and less money in investment. The MEP part and the fit out part is the less in time, high in money intention. So if I have a building ready, we have solutions for it, wherein basically we can ask that building to be ready for, the real estate to be ready for receiving a data center kind of a solution. We can retrofit and quickly switch it on.
But retrofitting, there are also elements related to safety, for example, fire safety. Data centers are notorious for generating a lot of heat. So heat management related concerns, all of that, a lot of thought has to go into it, right? Retrofitting is also not something that you can switch on and switch off, right?
Yes. So now the solutions are coming towards even liquid cooled data centers, which will have also a lot of things to play in coming time. When we talk about conventional data center, they are power guzzlers and heat emitters.
Exactly.
So basically now the solutions are coming wherein we are having direct to chip cooling. We have liquid cooled data centers, which are going to shape this particular requirement of low heat generation kind of a criteria. definitely water requirement and other requirement will become a part of this development. But yes, if you ask me, tier 2, tier 3 cities, they still have reliable sources of water as well as power available to generate this kind of expectation among the retrofit of real estates.
Okay. You mentioned liquid cooling. Now, there is a lot of enthusiasm about it. We noticed here at W.Media during center stage also. We initially planned we'll have one discussion around it. We eventually ended up having 3 and 1 fireside chat as well. What kind of an enthusiasm are you seeing? Is it just people are curious, or are they actually, designing their data centers, conceiving their data centers right from the scratch? So it has to be a liquid cooled data center. It's going to become the norm at some point.
See, I'll give you example, very live example. We are working in one of the data center projects since last couple of years.
Yeah.
It was conceptualized as a colo data center, initially with a multi-tenant kind of a situation.
Okay.
It ended up in a hyperscale design. Okay. So we said, okay, fine. It's a hyperscale design. Now, after the hyperscale design, client wanted a liquid cooled data center. So we are doing that as well. So I would say,
but that requires changes, right? Your ceiling height and everything at the last minute has to be changed.
Yes. So
how viable is it?
So now, exactly, I'm saying. So now the thing is, when we talk about liquid cooled data centers, it is not the case we don't have know-how out of it. Definitely we have know-how, but yes, the path is quite long, But yes, in Mumbai itself, there are 3-4 data centers are going live with liquid cooled setup, and it's not only a buzz; it's a delivery requirement, and it's the requirement of a density of racks, because the compute power what we are going to talk.
Yeah, Nvidia said they want to come up with a 600 kilowatt rack.
Yes.
That sounds mind-boggling.
So if you even think of 100 or 150 kW rack, you still need that kind of a liquid cooled solution or solutions to, because you can't have a heavy chiller setup at the roof.
True.
You'll still have a limitation of space, and Mumbai is a cramped space. The way data centers and the kind of the developments are coming.
True.
And we are absorbing those changes. And believe me, there are a few suppliers and vendor partners who are heavily invested in this technology, and we can see it is just a matter of time. You'll find it's like we have seen India, after 2G, suddenly people started talking about 5G. Nobody's talk about much about 3G and 4G. So that's kind of a setup is going to be there in very small point of time. 6 months down the line, you'll see everyone is talking only liquid cooled data centers. It is going to be so fast, It's not going to be people only talking, and we are still building a conventional data center with the airflow systems. So that's hyperscalers are not going to settle down on conventional solutions.
Perfect. Final question. You attended Mumbai CDC today, and this isn't your first W.Media event. What brought you back to us? What attracted you to attend this event, and what was your experience like?
So I have been very frequent in this event, and I have been seeing that the way the initiative of W.Media is there. I can see it is unparalleled in the industry. And the way W.Media is trying to put up things, bringing the stakeholders at one forum. Because if you ask me honestly, if I have to meet so many people, I'll have to invest maybe 5 or 6 months, if I have to go and meet each of them. But I can meet them at one point of time first. Second is I'm still able to see good solutioning happening across. So that kind of setup is available. Of course, and the next and important point is we are also getting a technical know-how from this kind of a forum. So I can see this kind of events, especially the way W.Media is conducting, plays a lot of vital role in bringing this industry towards the strengthening of requirements, as well as taking it leap forward to the the expectations what this industry is having from all of us. So I can find this setup is very important, and we should continue like this. The engagement should happen, and I'm very happy to be part of this particular setup. And it was also a great discussion today we just had. The panel was quite engaging, and we were discussing data sovereignty. We were talking about the Indian cloud setups, the startups, and I was very amazed to see the way Indian startups are also coming to the level of cloud service providers. So I can see 5 years down the line, you'll see that this has given you a lot of results in sense of shaping up the industry forwards for the Indian data center market. So that is my take while I was here today.
Perfect. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.